Occasionally, a new movie will come out and it's a bit of a stinker, and sometimes we'll even have a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes or other review sites, but it usually only lasts a few hours. It's very rare for a 0% to stick, usually after about a Concord's length of time, so roughly 2 weeks. You'll find it sitting like at 10% or 20% or something as more reviewers go see it. That is not the case for Psycho Killer, however. 0% and it's been 4 days. And the audience score isn't stellar either at 33%, which is the most shocking part to me because that is exceptionally rare. That's a fucking unicorn right there to see an audience score that low on Rotten Tomatoes. They will give anything glowing reviews. For comparison, even just recently, Strangers Chapter 3, which is one of the worst finales to the worst trilogy ever made, has a 50% from the audience. Doesn't matter what movie comes out or how objectively dog shit it is, a movie could come out that actually rips your nipples off and face fucks you in your chair, and it'll still have like a 50% for audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Yet somehow Psycho Killer is so bad that even the audience score is extremely low. So, the question needs to be asked. Does it warrant that? Is it actually a 0% bad? Well, strap in, sports fans, because I've just returned from the cinema after watching Psycho Killer, and I can tell you that maybe not a 0%, but maybe like a 10. It's bad, like it's not good. It's really not good. And what's crazy is, and I know this is what a lot of people are pointing out, this is from the mind of the writer who brought us Seven. Yeah, that Seven. The timeless classic film, Seven. I don't know what's happened since then. I don't know if the Monstars came through with the basketball and sapped his writing ability, but he really squeaked out something embarrassing here with Psycho Killer, unfortunately. And right away, I've got to make fun of the name of this movie. Psycho Killer sounds like a Steam stinker that I would just play on my gaming channel for 30 minutes as a joke. Like, it sounds like the name of a movie within a movie where a character's like, bro, we gotta go see Psycho Killer 4, it just came out. I can't believe they actually just ran with that. It does sound like something AI would spit out for you. And I know that's been a big criticism of Psycho Killer is that it feels like it's an AI-generated experience here because it is not cohesive at all. It does not flow. It feels like so much is missing. The main character and the Psycho Killer are the only two characters that like even have a presence here. Everyone else is unnamed fodder, basically. I can't think of a single other name. It's genuinely like they forgot to have other characters, and even these two characters get so little to actually do. It is pretty disastrous. And the Psycho Killer himself, he has a voice changer voice, like the actual generic cliche, I am not a good guy. It sounds like something you'd hear out of an old school Call of Duty lobby on Xbox Live from a kid putting on a voice changer. And it's unapologetic with it, to the point where, by the end, I actually found it charming. Like, that's not, like, I can't even complain about it, because by the end, it was so silly that I actually just appreciated hearing him talk and the dumb shit he was spouting. So anyway, Psycho Killer is about, you're not going to believe this, a psychotic killer. He is a Satanist, and he believes his whole mission is to kill people for Satan. And he just randomly goes through and slaughters people. And he does kill a lot of people, but you'll probably forget that that happens because it's so flat. Like, it feels so, like, off. Because everything is CGI blood in this. I don't think there's a single practical effect throughout the entire fucking movie. And it's, like, noticeable CGI blood. And it's, like, the laziest kills. Like, when it comes to a slasher, typically they try and get like creative to unnerve and disturb the viewer. Here, they didn't bother. So like, he just shoots a guy, CGI blood splurts out, that's it. Hits a guy with a hammer, some CGI blood, they cut away, that's it. Like, the only scene that has something outside of just hit with a hammer and then shoot is a scene which is like a confessional booth where he like stabs the priest and then drinks his blood through a straw. That was the only time that they tried something a little different besides just bang. All right, now I'll drive away. So like, and it doesn't even work in the confessional booth thing either. It's really fucking wacky. Anyway, the movie follows a trooper named Archer. She watched her husband get killed by the hash-slinging slasher here, the psycho killer, and now she is on a mission to put an end to his reign of terror. He is just driving across the country, killing at random. Except, the end of the movie, from out of fucking nowhere, they have this idea for how to wrap it up that is so fucking ridiculous. So, he's just killing randomly, and he's leaving behind his calling card, his fucking Joker card, where he's like making satanic symbols, things like open the gates, 666, hail Satan stuff. He's leaving all of that behind on every kill, so he gets the name Satanic Slasher. And then he needs to get information on some interesting individual. So he puts an ad in the newspaper, and then some goober calls him. Well, some goober puts an ad in the paper responding to his ad in the paper. It's a Satanist code, and it basically says, so you're enlightened, give me a ring, here's my telephone number. So Satanic Slasher calls him. Also, the detective picks up on this. Worth mentioning, every single kill doesn't matter, by the way. Like, all the clues she's gathering play no role in this, and she also makes the worst decisions ever for her investigation. So, like, she actually did track down the Satanic Slasher at one point, and then instead of waiting for backup to ambush him in his apartment, well, at the motel that he was staying at, she instead just goes in for a solo mission and gets blasted. He throws her out of a window, and then the scene immediately cuts to her, like, once again on the road tracking him. This is what I'm saying, where, like, there's no other characters, because she did interact with, like, some FBI guy. He's like, go home, this is above your pay grade, you get yourself hurt, it's not good, you're home, you can't take the Satanic Slasher, it's ridiculous. You give me your badge and your gun, that kind of vibe type shit. And so you would expect that to play a role in it, how she's kind of going off book here against her, higher level people advising her not to. But it doesn't, because they forget those characters exist. So she is like confronting him alone multiple times. Obviously, it never works out. FBI shows up late. Obviously, it's just there aren't any other characters, and it's weird. But anyway, so he gets in contact with Satan goobers, and then he goes to like a Satan house where like there's this businessman who's giving a speech on why he loves Satan so much, and then his groupies are there like, yeah, that's cool stuff, the fallen one, yippee, yeehaw. And the Satanic Slasher's being all mysterious and brooding, just saying he needs information. So then the goober that connected with him gets him the information on a random guy. Then he kills the Satan church people who are having an orgy. And it's a CGI bloodfest where he's hitting him with an axe, and then there's just actual like video game cutscene level blood flying all over the place. It's so fucking bad. But this is where I'm telling you the ending gets unreal. So, that person that they gave him the information on is a nuclear engineer. And from out of nowhere, we learn about a nuclear disaster that happened 3 years prior at a place called 3 Mile Island, which had a huge death count, obviously. That was very detrimental to the civilians. And the Psycho Killer's big plan has been to go to the nuclear power plant with some explosives that he stole way back early into his killing spree. And also, there was a mention about how he got some books from a library. Turns out he got nuclear books, which doesn't matter because he ends up just kidnapping the nuclear power plant executive or engineer guy anyway to do it for him. So why did he even bother buying or stealing the books in the first place? It didn't fucking matter. He had no clue how any of it worked. So he just kidnapped the guy. So he kidnaps that nuclear engineer, goes to the power plant. The trooper Archer was able to connect those dots and meet him there after he had already done everything, after all the alarms go off. So after everyone else figures it out because there's something going on, she then shows up. Then Psycho Killer has the guy melt down the core, about to cause a nuclear disaster that they keep saying, my God, it's going to wipe out the entire East Coast. Lord have mercy on us all. And then one of the security guards is like, wait, there might be another way in. And he takes Trooper Archer to a random room that happens to overlook the command center with a sheet of plexiglass. And he's like, yeah, it's bulletproof, so we're all fucked, but I guess you get a better view from here. And he just runs away, and then she shoots the plexiglass enough that it makes a little hole. She puts a sniper in there, takes out the psycho killer, saves the day. But the plan from out of nowhere became the psycho killer is going to cause a nuclear disaster for Satan. And he gives a big, like, Satan speech at the end. Oh my god, it's so fucking cringe. It's unbelievable. And then there's a twist. There is a twist at the end. So, early on in the movie, when she was still learning about the satanic slasher, she was flipping through some fucking AM radio stations, and she stumbled across like a conspiracy theory power hour where they were talking about how the government is experimenting on mass murderers. So like all the mass murderers are actually like government experiments that they turn loose. And at the end of the movie, after she kills the psycho killer, but he doesn't actually die, he wakes up in a big van going to an off-grid facility where they welcome him back. It's a government facility, so it turns out the conspiracy was correct. Big twist, they are making the mass murderers at the government facility, and he's one of them. The movie's fucking bad. It's not good. But I would be lying if I said I didn't have a fun time watching it. I do think, for the most part, it's fun bad. And I say that with a little hesitation because the movie is so messy, like the editing is so choppy, and it's very clear that they had to fucking Frankenstein something together here just to get a complete film, that at pretty much every possible point, it doesn't really fit. But I think that makes it fun bad too. Like, I don't think that ruins the entertainingly shit nature of it. Like, it's not a movie I would recommend paying for, because I don't think it's fun bad enough to waste money on. But I think when it eventually hits streaming, it'll be something that you and your friends can laugh at. So yeah, anyway, does it deserve a 0%? Maybe not a 0, but it definitely is a very, 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 very low percent. Like, I do think that is probably par for the course there. It's just really bad at everything it aims to do, unfortunately. Anyway, though, that's really about it. So yeah.